Hello, this is Scott Conway, PhD, GAD with mothersraisingsons.com. This post is scheduled to go up on September 24th, which happens to be my birthday. And so, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Okay, now I know a percentage of the singers have probably just fled for their lives holding their ears. But in celebration of my birthday, one of the things I understand, having talked to especially single moms with very young children, one poor mom, she had two boys. One was under 4 years old, one was under 2 years old, and the dad wasn't around. She didn't have grandparents around. I mean, she's really handling this on her own. She's working, she's taking care of the kids, she's got some caregivers taking care of the kids, but it's not like family. So basically, stuff just lands on her. Well, there's a lot of ways that you could do this. One is, of course, make any celebrations small. You may not want to go to the store and buy yourself gifts and stuff like that. And that's part of what she was lamenting, is having an actual birthday party. It's I do these things for the kids and nobody does it for me. Well, sometimes, unfortunately, we go through seasons like that. And so long as you can see it as a season, it's a lot easier to cope with. Because as the boys get older, well, then you will be able to take them shopping. You will be able to take them and let them pick what it is that they want to get for you, and let them kind of hide it from you and wrap it so that it can be a surprise. And whatever it is, it's exciting to get because it's from them. And on an objective level, you might wonder why they might have thought you would like this, but when your kids do something for you, and just the fact that they're doing something for you is always wonderfully exciting, and that you enjoy it for what it means, not necessarily what it is. And so part of the birthday celebration is understanding that when you're having challenges in this area, it's a season of life. And this might last a few years, but it's not going to be forever. But another big thing to always keep in mind is understanding that when things are hard, and there will be hard seasons, is it is a season, and seasons have an end. And this season of life might last, a year, it might last 2 or 3 years. And, that if you understand that there will be an end to it, there will be a time when things will change. There will be a time when things are different. And as we mark the years of our birthday, when we reflect back on our lives, we see, well, things now aren't exactly the same as they were before, especially if you're parents. You go back far enough, depending on how old your kids are, and there was some point, where they, were teenagers. There was some point when they were middle school age. There was some point when they were elementary age. There was some point when they were first starting school. There was some point where they were toddlers. There was some point when they were learning to walk and talk. There was some point where they weren't even born yet, and you're pregnant with them. And there was some point where even that hadn't happened yet. So life changes. And whenever you have children, life changes a lot faster than it does for adults who don't have children, because the kids are changing. And when you have a newborn, things are happening so fast that you understand very clearly that seasons change. That my stepson is experiencing kind of this thing with his little one, is that he has kind of figured out this kind of scooching thing a little bit, and has now gotten to what we call the army crawl. He's not quite on his hands and knees kind of racing around there, but now he can move himself around. Well, before too long, he's going to be crawling, he's going to figure out the standing up, wobbling thing, and he's going to get standing, he's going to take the halting walks. And once this kid figures out how to walk, you're not going to be able to put him down and go do something and turn around and expect him there. You'll put him down, turn around to grab the remote, come back, and where'd he go? Because he could go places, and he could just disappear on you, because all of a sudden he's mobile, and the season of life has changed, and that you have to adapt, and you have to adapt pretty quick. And if you've already raised kids growing up, you already know this, that this is just part of life. And that as you're having your birthdays, as you're facing your holidays, especially if you're in one of the unfortunate positions that you're going through your first set of these as a single parent, whereas before you had a partner, if you're going through your first set of these as a single parent where you had a partner that maybe undermined and sabotaged you, that might be an elevation for you. That wherever you are in life, everything happens in seasons. There's up seasons and there's down seasons. There's summers and spring times, and there's falls where things are sliding, and there's winters where things can be a bit desolate, or depending where you are, maybe summers are the desolate seasons for you. But whatever it is, things do happen in seasons, and seasons do change. So for me right now, coming into my birthday, I've got a lot of things going on. Sometimes when I've come into my birthday, I haven't had that many things going on. Sometimes coming into birthdays in any given season of any given year, I have had, that's it, my biggest vacation year, I had 8 weeks out of town. Now, it wasn't 8 weeks of solid vacation because some of my weeks out of town included conventions and included business. But in that particular year, the schedule was really flexible, the funding was there, and we could turn any given trip into a vacation. So there were times I was going out to Florida to speak at an event. And the very first time I did that, we just added a few days on and headed over to Orlando because the event wasn't in Orlando, so we made the drive. And I got to go to Disney World for the first time. That was pretty cool. And I found out there was so much more there. And so next time we added a whole week. And so making that a thing. And when I've gone to Las Vegas and the event that I was attending might be 3 days long and we'll stay for a week. And so being able to take even these business things and expand. I mean, that was a great season of life that included a lot of travel, a lot of vacation time. Well, then sometimes you get busy and you don't have that kind of flexibility in your schedule, or the budget's not there, or you may have the flexibility in your schedule, but you don't have that flexibility in your bank account. And so you have seasons where you can't do stuff like that. I mean, I've had seasons of my life where I went literally years with no vacation. I had friends who loved me, adored me, and worried about me because they never saw me taking time off, because the nature of my life for so many years in a row was work, 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 work. And I was lucky to take a day off here or there, or a day and a half off here or there, to just, relax and do recreational time, or to have time off from, being in parent mode. Because, you go through seasons of life where you're on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because your kids could need you. And then as they get older, sometimes it's almost a little heartbreaking when you begin to realize they don't need you, until you begin to realize now that maybe, you can have a little bit of your own life back. And sometimes you have to figure out what's that going to be, because so much life is centered around kids. So coming into my birthday, just kind of musing in a bunch of different directions, thinking about seasons of life, thinking about things changing, and sometimes there's up seasons, sometimes there's down seasons. If you are in up season, enjoy it, savor it, just have a great time, build a lot of great memories. And if you're in a downtime, just understand there's seasons of life, and you can have your hopes and your dreams and your plans to kind of work your way through and get out the other side into a different season of life. And then enjoy. Regardless of where you are, find your high points to enjoy and savor those points. So this is Scott Conway on my birthday, saying happy birthday to me and much love to you. Thank you.